Alright, I've been trying to think of devotionals that I could do for my church. And whenever I'm doing that, I come up with analogies, and most of the analogies I come up with have to do with gaming, and mostly Overwatch, since that's what I've been playing lately. And I don't really use them in church just because I'd have to explain a whole bunch about the game, and so I typically don't use them. But I don't want to get rid of them because I think some of them are good, and so I thought, me and Atris thought that we could just start using them on the channel on Mondays as like a motivational sort of Monday thing. So the first one I thought of was Reinhardt, because I play him a lot. He's not always the funnest to play. Not a whole lot of people play him unless it's like absolutely necessary. And in our lives, we grow up and we typically always have a protector, be that a parent, a very good friend, an older brother, or anything really. And they protect us, whether it be people trying to hurt us or more than likely just emotional things that we can't deal with because we're children. Well, as we grow up, we still have those sort of people in our lives. They sort of morph into friends instead that help us carry our burden instead of just taking the full brunt of it. And as I've grown up, I recently got a wife and more recently a child, and I've learned that at a time in your life you have to be Reinhardt for somebody else. You have to grow up and start taking on problems of other people. Sometimes it's because you have to, and sometimes it's because that person just needs somebody to help them. And as Christians, we luckily have God to help us through things like that. He gives us wisdom whenever we ask for it. He can just be a moral support to us through hard times. And he tells us that we need to do that for other people. Like in Romans 15:1, we then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak, and not to please ourselves. Meaning, you don't do it just so that other people will look at you and be like, wow, he's great. No, you need to do it just because you should, and because it will honestly help the other person. And in Galatians 2, bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. You're just supposed to be there because you're their friend, and they're yours, and you just help them through a tough time. Now, it may not always be simple or easy, but it's what you should do to be a good friend. That's all I have for today, so just really think about it. I mean, look around your life, and you may realize, hey, that person's always there for me. They're always there to help me. And you may not have realized it before. So just maybe go over and say thank you. Just because they don't have to do it, but they do it because they love you. And it may make you think, I need to grow up and I need to start helping some people. I need to take on the burden of someone else that may not be able to do it themselves. So just try and be a Reinhardt for somebody today. Try and be their shield. See ya.